I bring my stuff down to the room. I come upstairs and they're still filming, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to get like borderline creepy.
Pushes it on us all the time. B footage, B footage.
B footage is
I'm after these guys all the time for B footage. They're getting better. They're doing all right. They're taking the cameras out. We're filming ourselves. So it's hard, and it's a full-time job when you want to do something like that. So I got these guys now down to the point where they get the camera up and they're filming the hunt. But when it's all said and done, the hunt is a very small part of a hunting show. So you need B footage. And then you try to explain the necessity of B footage. And B footage actually tells the whole story. It really does.
B footage. Well, that would be, that's the biggest thing that Rick really pushes, and we just totally ignore him on it, of course. It's, he just pushes it on us all the time. B footage, B footage.
B footage is that squirrel on the ground that you're not hunting. That sun in the sky. The moon. Trees. Everything else out there other than what you're actually hunting.
It'll show you the environment you're in. It'll show you the month of preparation you're in. It'll show you everything. I told these guys they should even take their cameras to work. It's simple, but it's an awful lot of work. And I keep bugging these guys all the time for it.
Most of the times our hunts, we film them. We have, we do the hero shots and the shot, like the kill shots and everything, but we're very minimal on our B footage. And it's still going on to this date that we don't consume enough for them.
And it's a tough thing to do when you're filming yourself, because you've got to be conscious of that all the time. If you had a second guy along with a camera filming, well, it's easier to do.
They're getting a little better. Now that we're on the air, they see the necessity of it, and we're getting better at it. But it's not from a lack of harping on my end.
Rick is right. Well, anybody that says B footage, yeah, you need that, because it's all that extra stuff that ties it in, that ties the whole hunt together.
This particular episode is called B footage for a reason. The entire show took place over a course of about 12 hours. I can honestly say it's all my footage and it's all B footage. The hunt itself's only a few minutes long, but it tells the story of what happened in that 12 hours. I think now they realize the importance of B footage. Last minute touch-ups before we leave for our annual turkey hunt weekend. There's already people at the camp right now. I gotta look good for them. We're all excited, we're anxious, and in another 5 hours we should be there to start the weekend off. It's gonna be a great, fantastic weekend.
Solid 5-hour trip ahead of us. I got a pillow for that. And it's clear skies and hot weather. Got some towels for tanning this weekend too.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. You ready? Ready to fly. Let's go, kiddo. You ready? This segment brought to you by Lake Huron Chrysler. The tip of the week is brought to you by The Bear Essentials, your wilderness experience guides. Camouflage is synonymous with the word hunting, and a lot of people put absolutely no more thought into camouflage than just that. Actually, camouflage is the art of blending into your surroundings. So why wear camel patterns in a blind when the inside's black? It's counterproductive, and you're visible. Most of today's hunting blinds have a black interior, so rather than wearing a camel pattern, black is all you need. And that's your Just Us Hunting Tip of the Week. Gary just called Kelly on the phone here, the cell phone, and he's trying to get the jump on all of us. He showed up a day early, hunted last night, and he hunted this morning. They seen a few birds, but not while they were hunting.
Well, I don't have the opportunities like the boys down here. They got turkeys all over the place. Being from the north, well, I usually only get 2 to 3 days. And this time I managed to get an extra day. So my little hunting partner Daphne and I, we had managed to get down there on a Thursday. We hunted that evening and also got an early start on a Friday morning. So we managed to get 2 hunts before the gang got there.
We're still probably 2.5, 3 hours away, so they'll get a night hunt tonight as well. And tomorrow we'll just have to show them how to put birds on the ground.
I'm trying to keep up to the group in front of us, and I got in a little bit of trouble with the law. I ended up with a speeding ticket, and I thought, why was I speeding going up to our annual turkey hunt? Like, I knew where I was going. It wasn't as if I'd be lost if I couldn't keep up to these guys, but I don't know, I just had to keep up, you know, and it was like, why am I doing this?
We made it. Another couple 100 yards and we're home.
Turkey camp.
Well, this is my get out of jail free. What a way to start a hunt, eh? He was a nice officer, though. He dropped it quite a bit. They could have put me in jail, I think. But me being the nice guy I was, and him being the nice guy he was, we all went away happy. Me, a little lighter in the wallet, and him a lot closer to his quota for the day.
If you're going to be part of the Just Us Hunting annual turkey hunt, you have to follow the rules of the road. Come on. If you don't want to play by the rules, you have to pay the price. I don't feel sorry for you.
I shot my bear in 2010. Seems like forever and a day ago, and I always said I was gonna get my very first animal mounted, no matter what it was, no matter how big it was. It was just something, it was a milestone I wanted to mark. I was in school, it cost money to get things done, so steak lived in the freezer for a really long time.
They had full intentions of doing a rug for her, which I was unaware of. But I've got into the taxidermy a little bit, so I said to Rick, well, I'd like to try mounting a bear. Like I've done lots of deer and that, but I've never taxidermed a bear. So he said, well, I got Erica's, we could do it for her. And I said, well, great, I'll get it done and I'll bring it down for turkey camp.
On the way to camp, I had text Kelly and I was like, like Carl and Jackie are coming, I should have brought steak, like I'm such an idiot. You know, we could have given it to them and got the ball rolling on getting this thing done.
As Dad and I are driving to turkey camp, he says, text Erica, tell her her mount's ruined. It's got freezer burnt. So I text back, I say, oh, we don't know if it's good enough anymore. Like it's got freezer burnt and the ears are falling off and it's just not looking good.
I Rick fitted everywhere. I'm pretty sure Corby was afraid on the way there. I was like freaking out. I was very, very, very upset.
This is Critter's bear she shot in 2010, and unbeknown to Critter, I've mounted the bear for her. She still thinks it's at home in the freezer, and she's pretty mad at Rick right now because he was supposed to bring the hide up for me to mount for her, and she's been bugging me for 2 years now since she shot the bear to mount it, and I've never mounted a bear, but this was the first attempt, and I think it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, and I hope Critter's happy with it, and she should be some surprise when she shows up here at 9:30 tonight, so we'll see how things go, but all in all, I bet you she's really surprised.
How was your drive?
It was awesome. We had so much fun bonding.
I get there and everybody's like filming You know, like as like Corby and I drive in and we're unloading and everyone's filming and they all have this like look on their face like, what's she gonna do? And I remember kind of like playing it off like they must have filmed everybody that came in, like beef footage, right? So I'm like kind of playing it up. I'm like, oh, hey everybody, haven't seen you in forever. Hugs all around.
Where are you going? you're outside. No,
I'll stay outside.
You gotta go camp outside. When she walked in, she didn't really notice it. And she was just talking away and everything as usual. You know, she's the loudest one of the whole gang.
And I bring my stuff down to the room, I come upstairs and they're still filming and I'm like, okay, this is starting to get like borderline creepy.
She kind of knows something's up because why are all these cameras rolling on her?
A bear skull was on the table and I remember thinking, why'd they bring Mom's bear skull? That's stupid. And there was a piece of paper sticking out of the back. And
She looked at the skull that was mounted sitting on the table and there's a roll of paper in it. It's her certificate for getting the bear measured. And she pulled it out and saw her name on it and she freaked out. She was so happy her bear didn't get freezer burnt.
who did this? What's on the wall? Carl! Did you do that? Emotions were had, feelings were felt. I cried.
It went downhill from there. She was into the crying. You gotta be joking. There's no way this is steak. And it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Carl!
Tim. That's him.
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
Here she is, trying to pimp herself out to every taxidermist in North America. I'm going there, just relax. Just relax.
Oh, look at her. That's really good.
She seems happy with it. We've since made her necklace out of snake's claws, so she now has a necklace too, her good luck hunting necklace. So we'll see how that makes out this year.
This segment brought to you by APA Bows. This one-time memory is brought to you by Lake Huron Chrysler, bringing the fun back into buying a vehicle.
This hunt that sticks out in my mind in particular is my son's first buck. 15 years old, we take him out. His tree stand is about 25 yards away from mine. He falls asleep in his stand, and he has a 4-point buck walk underneath his stand. The deer gets out about 25 yards from him, and he wakes up, and without missing a beat, he pulls up, makes a beautiful shot on the deer. The deer runs by me and drops dead about 20 yards in behind my stand. My son come over, white as a ghost, knees knocking, eyes as big as saucers, and that'll be a hunt that I'll never forget.
My name is Daphne LaBelle. I've been going to turkey camp for 4 or 5 years now. I've been really liking going hunting with my dad because it's really I'm really confident around him because he is kind of my mentor for hunting, so I really like that.
When everybody gets together, she's basically going around serving everybody. They really enjoy it because she gets along with the whole group, and yeah, that's good to see with how she mingles with everybody at the camp.
Well, Hollywood,
No,
what do you think?
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah? You gonna get a bird this weekend?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Wow. That's pretty good.
I'm confident.
That'll be a first year.
I'm confident.
Yeah, this was the year that I took Jackie down to Richard's cabin to turkey hunt. The first time she just got her license, so she's out ready to kill a turkey. And Richard, he'd done lots of scouting, and this was the place where we're going to shoot a turkey. The best opportunity. He's been seeing turkeys there every day, so apparently we get the primo spot.
Turkey hunting in the spring has everything going for it as far as comfort. And we were in a nice blind. I didn't have to climb a tree. So I was really looking forward. So first morning, out we go, nice and early, walk to the spot, which Richard had picked for us because it was going to be the best spot to be on the property and see what happened. But it didn't quite turn out the way I'd hoped.
On this morning, we got out there and It was beautiful, calm, like nothing, no breeze, no anything. We get situated, I get the camera all set up, we get all the gear set up, and here are the guys leaving after we walked out. Away they go across the field away from us with a truck and bikes and everything else. And we were there probably 10 minutes. And all of a sudden this horn starts going, bah, bah, bah.
There's so many different angles on this truck incident. First of all, Corby never lets me drive his truck, ever. That's like his first love.
We get to this one spot and John Van Loo pulls up to us and says, you got a flat tire, like it's flat. You hit a culvert back there.
So John picked me up, took me back to the cabin to take Dad's truck.
It's just me standing there. And it's not even 5, it's kind of cold. And I'm like, well, I might as well wait in the truck. Erica locked the truck. And when I tried to get in, the alarm went off.
Jackie looks at me like, what the was that?
While we're sitting in our blind, still dark, everybody should have been out getting to their areas. All this commotion's going on.
Dad comes tearing out of the bush like a bat out of hell. He was over the hill on this other property and he's like, what the hell is going on? But with a much more severe language and another one of his work fits. And I'm just like, I can't do anything. I just want it to be warm.
He had the keys for his truck in his pocket, so he had to fly back on the four-wheeler to the cabin to give me the keys. He's like throwing the keys at me and he's like, why would you do this? I didn't do it on purpose.
2 minutes later, here comes a bike just flying back across the field. And a couple minutes later, a bike going the other way back across the field. And a truck, like, we had no idea what was going on at the other end of the hunt.
Erica comes back and with the truck and we just leave Corby's truck there and we go to our spot at the hippie shack.
When we did get in the blind, all I had was a bunch of like rage texts from Corby being like, what'd you do to my truck?
I would say like I was like feeling really mad because like it was like not really fun hearing like trucks and like all this loud noise in the background and you can't really hear a turkey from far away.
Jackie was like, is this gonna be any good? Like, are we just sitting here for nothing? And I'm not a big turkey hunter, never really hunted them at all. And I was just cameraman. I said, I don't know, I guess we sit and see. But we put in 2.5, 3 hours and did not see a thing other than bikes and trucks. So that was Jackie's introduction to turkey hunting.
Here I thought that it was going to be so much more interesting than deer hunting, and as it turns out, it really wasn't.
Next time, I would like to get a turkey.
It was awesome. It was a super duper morning.
Closed captioning brought to you by The Archery Place. Vehicle graphics supplied by Artec. The Hunter Profile is brought to you by APA. We are not the same.
I've been hunting for over 40 years. My weapon of choice would be a compound bow. I like to hunt whitetail deer, black bear here in Canada. I've been successful hunting whitetail. Black bears, can't really say I've got a trophy whitetail, but they're all trophies to me. In the off season, I get ready by shooting my bow, working in the backyard shooting it, getting food plots ready, doing a little bit of scouting. My dream hunt would probably be a moose hunt here in Canada. The person that influenced me the most would be my father. Although he wasn't much of a hunter, he did teach me a true appreciation of the outdoors. I'm Chuck Jolly, and this is my Hunter Profile.
I had a rough season. I was shooting a longbow, shot a longbow for a long time, but I'm having shoulder issues now that have to be corrected by surgery. So I missed 3 birds early in the season, and we were going on this hunt, and I just couldn't do it anymore. It was too painful to shoot. So I asked Louise if I could borrow her bow. I'd never shot sights in my life, and it was a total leap of faith. So after everything and all the fiasco that happened in the morning, I finally make it out to my blind, and I no sooner got in the blind, I had my decoy set out, and you could hear them flying off the roost. 3 hens come out, and they were 30 yards in front of me. And 2 toms came out in the field a couple hundred yards away. But there was a hill in the field, and they couldn't see my decoy. But where the hens were, they could see him. So the tom came over into the hen. And I gave out a couple calls, and he turns around, he looks over, and he sees the decoy, and in he came. He was like he was on a string. He came right in, made a nice shot, he ran into a hedgerow, and that was the end of him. The only thing better than that was getting that $5 from John.
We had a really good time there. We had to put a spare tire on Corby's truck, which Dad did that for us. Thank you. All in all, it was a good weekend and looking forward to doing some more.
Everyone's talking about how hard turkey hunting is. I go out with a bow that I've taken about a half a dozen practice shots with at a total leap of faith, and I'm telling them these things should be illegal. This is so easy. I don't know what you guys have been complaining about all these years. That didn't go over well.
He's converted now. It's so easy it should be illegal, quote unquote. That's gonna bite him in the butt someday.
All in all, over the course of the weekend, I made $5 off John, and let's see, with a speeding ticket and the $5 he lost, plus I'm sure he got a cold shoulder when he got home because of it, I think I won. Just Us Hunting would like to thank these great sponsors. Rescue 7, AEDs saves lives. Cold Fire Canada, our mission, everyone gets home safe. Dynablast, industrial hot and cold pressure washers. APA Bows, choose your venom. The Archery Place, offering you a wide range of archery products and services. Lake Huron Chrysler, bringing the fun back into buying a vehicle. Arctex Signs and Graphics. Howitzer Arrows, be the difference. The Bear Essentials, your wilderness experience guides.
And Eltan Safe Outdoors, your first front in the hunt.
If you have videos of your hunts and you'd like to see them on this show, go to our website, justushunting.com, and email us directly. Who knows, maybe you'll see your hunts right here on Just Us Hunting.
Getting rough when I stop believing I'm not tough enough